All right, fantastic. Welcome to Coffee with Markus. This is episode 126, and today I'll show you my planning process. And with this process, I usually achieve more in 12 weeks than most people achieve in 12 months. But I want to share it with you because I think it might help you, and I'll give you an update on my goals. And of course, if you want, we can also take a look at my trading account and see what's going on there. Anyhow, does this sound good? Perfect. Then let's get started. This show is about real money and real trades. I'll show you the trading strategies that I personally trade, the tools that I use to trade my own accounts, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader. Now, talking about mindset, I'm going to show you how to create SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent, because that is the key to long-term success in the markets. So, if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, and you want to learn trading strategies that actually work, then click on like right now and let's get started. All right, fantastic. So good to see everybody here. Something is off because usually I have a really cool footer here and somehow it doesn't appear. There it is. Look at this. Okay. Anyhow, so quick update. Today is January 11th. And in the previous episode, I shared my goals for this year. And there are around 15 goals on this list, and as promised, I'll show you exactly how I'm planning to achieve them, and we will track the process or the progress together. So this is what this show is all about, show you what I do, how I'm increasing my net worth. So yes, we will talk about trading, and we'll talk about some other wealth building strategies, because that is the big goal for this channel here in 2021. And I'll show you how to do this on smaller accounts and starting small, and I'll also show you how to do this on bigger accounts. Now, before I'll show you my exact planning process that I do, let me actually share with you this document that is getting more and more comprehensive here with my goals. And as you can see, there are a total of 15 goals. I've written out a few of these goals in a little bit more detail. By the way, if you would like to have a copy of this document, which is now already, 12 pages long, it's getting longer and longer, I'll be happy to share this with you a little bit later here in this show. Anyhow, so as you can see, let me just zoom in a little bit to make it easier for all of us to see. So I have some goals, trading for income. So here together, live with you on YouTube, I'll show you how I'm planning to make $15,000 per month for living expenses. So we can take a look at this goal here in a moment. Let me get out of there. There we go. Goal number 2 is wealth building. I want to this year buy a $10 million apartment complex. Then I have this idea of possibly buying a resort in Mexico, and I'll show you in a moment why that is. We'll talk about cryptocurrencies, gold, green companies, cannabis. So this is another idea of mine this year to look into this and hopefully here build some more wealth by doing these things. I don't know yet. I'll definitely keep you posted. So as you can see, there are a bunch of goals there. And so let me show you exactly how I am planning to achieve more in 12 weeks than others achieve in 12 months. And let's jump back here on this document so that you can see my planning process. There we go. So first of all, the most important thing for me, and again, I'm not saying that I'm an expert on goal settings at all, because I'm not. I'm just sharing what works for me, and it might be completely different for you. But so one of the things that I've learned over the years that works best for me is I don't, oops, this is supposed to be an I don't create a plan for everything. So let me explain what I mean by this. Many years ago, I heard about a concept that they use in the military, which is called backwards planning. And you might have heard about this. The idea here is that you start with the exact goal in mind and then plan backwards. And again, I've heard this example many years ago where it was used in the military, where they say, for example, okay, let's say that you want to invade a camp on the enemy's territory. So the idea here is now go backwards and say, okay, what exactly has to happen right before you invade the camp? Well, this where obviously you need to have your troops surrounding the camp. Okay, so and then you go one step backwards. What needs to happen before you have your troops surrounding the camp? And I'm making this up here as we go. I don't recall this example exactly, but you might know about this. And Caleb, no, I was not in the military. This is an example that I've heard. Anyhow, so in order to surround this camp with your troops, what do you need to do? You need to get your troops to that camp that you want to invade, right? And in order to do this, first of all, let's assume that this is on foreign soil. Somehow you need to get your troops to foreign soil. So this is what the military often uses, so I was told, which is used backwards planning. So the idea here with backwards planning is that you create a detailed step-by-step plan of what to do. So here's one of the challenges. I don't do this because here, based on my experience, the problem is with this, let's just put it right underneath here. There we go. What do you do if something goes wrong, right? So let's say that one of the first steps is that you're getting your troops on foreign soil, and what happens if somehow you can't because there's bad weather or you're getting attacked, right? So this is where I found that often when you do this, that the whole plan becomes kind of useless. So this is where, for me, I figured out that planning can be overwhelming. And for me, sometimes it is daunting. And this is when I feel paralyzed. And I don't know about you, what happened way in the past, before I did what I'm about to show you here, is I got paralyzed and I was planning or even not planning. So I never achieved my goals because I couldn't get over the first hurdle of planning. And so I want to show you exactly what I do these days to avoid this. So here is what I do. And now I'll give you a very specific example. Number one, I write down my goal. I write down my goal. And this is supposed to say, right. So step number two, I plan the next 2 to 3 steps. And here's why. My idea is, and this is what I found to be true, when I walk the first steps, the path will reveal itself. In fact, I was looking for a picture earlier, so I want to give full credits to Rosalind Wilkins, who took this amazing picture of a path. You see, that's kind of in the fog, so you don't see actually the end of the path where it is leading. But when I have a goal, I realize that when I plan out the first few steps and start walking, you see, as soon as you get here towards the end where you can see, the path will again reveal itself, and this is where you then see more. So this is where, going back to my planning process, which again might be good or not. I mean, it works really for me. Plan the next 2 to 3 steps, then I take action and complete these steps, and then when I see the next, right, then I add more steps. Yeah, more steps or to-dos to it. Is this making sense thus far? And I want to give you a very specific example here right now. And again, today is all about planning and how to achieve more in 12 weeks that most people achieve in 12 months. But I want to make sure that this is making sense thus far. If it is, do me a favor and click on like really quick, because this way I see if this makes sense. All right, so let me give you a very specific example of how I'm doing this. So let's go back to the document right here, okay, where I have all my goals. And I want to jump to this goal, buy a resort in Mexico, because again, this might be an absolute stupid idea. But in the last session, we already talked about my trading plan for how exactly I'm planning to make $15,000 per month. And if you missed the previous Coffee with Marcus, I'll link to it in the description. So if you're here and want to see specific trading strategies, I'll link to it in the description. But right now, let me show you an example about buying a resort in Mexico, which again might be absolutely stupid. So here's how I do it. You see, usually I just write myself a quick overview here of what is it that I want to achieve. So that's basically what do I want to do. And I'm meeting with my private mastermind members, usually 3 times per year in exotic locations to trade, relax, and make money together. And in the past, as you can see, we have been doing it in the Cayman Islands, in Bahamas, Puerto Rico, and Mexico, and other locations. And finding a hotel with reliable Wi-Fi, as well as getting all of our equipment there, has been really challenging. So right now, also, I think that there's a tremendous opportunity because I know for a fact that the travel and hospitality industry is hurt because of COVID-19. Yes, we are at the beginning of 2021, right? And there might be a possibility, and you see, I say, I don't know for a fact, but there might be a possibility to buy a hotel or resort for 60 to 70 cents on the dollar. Maybe. Let's see, right? So if that's the case, it would be possible to make a 50% ROI within 1 to 2 years. And that's not bad at all, right? Could be even more, could be potentially more, could be 100%. So this is where now I'm writing down a few to-dos. And this is where it goes back to my planning process, right? So I write down my goal, right? And an overview of what I want to accomplish. So now you know why I'm doing this, what I want to accomplish here. And now I plan the next 2 to 3 steps. So let's take a look at this here together. And here, my first steps here, as you can see, it's not that much. First of all, I want to get an idea what kind of investment is needed at all. Is a resort here around $1 million, $2 million? Is it more, right? Is it less? And then I want to get an idea if this is possible at all to make money with this. Because ultimately, if I can money with it, why would I do it? I mean, just having a hotel to have a hotel, this does not make sense. So what's the best location? And the location should be up to 1,000 miles away from Austin. And here's why. Because I am planning to buy a plane, which again might be a stupid idea. So I'll run through the numbers together with you here really quick in the same way as I'm doing it here right now. And this plane that I have in mind right now has a reach of 1,000 miles. So, and I don't want to stop for fuel in the Gulf of Mexico because I don't know if you can even fill up a plane there. So I'm looking at possibly Mexico, maybe Puerto Rico, Belize, Dominican Republic, right? Honduras, who knows? So, but let's talk about this first, right? Because this is where I'm in the feasibility phase here. So this is where I first wanted to see, okay, what is a possible price point here? And so what I did with the team, so if you attended the last session, you know that last weekend I have been in Sacramento to meet with my head coach, Mark Hodge, and then also from my company, Jared and Debbie. So the 4 of us, my CEO, Debbie, and marketing director, Jared, and then Mark Hodge, we met, the 4 of us, and I shared this crazy idea with them. And so while we were having lunch, we had some fun and we're actually looking for some apartments online. And Jared has been amazing there. And Jared just found a website where he says, oh my gosh, there is a bunch of resorts. And I captured these in a document here, right? Where you see, we found a few in Mexico. I'll show them to you. So the first one here, this one, for example, has 20 rooms and costs around $2 million. We found another one, this one here. Let me show this to you. This has 92 rooms. That might be a little bit too big, right? And they also didn't disclose the price. Then we found another one in Belize. So in Belize, it's with 6 cabanas. That might not be big enough for what I have in mind. And it costs $1.9 million. So this is the one that, just to give you an idea what this looks like. So this is the restaurant. Looks pretty nice. So there are private cabanas. So pretty cool, right on the beach, right? I like this idea. So we were looking at a few others. There was another one here in Belize. This actually quite interesting. So this has 15 rooms for $990,000. So you get the idea. I just want to show you this this document where I pieced it together, because based on what you see here, it is probably between $1 to $2 million that I would have to invest for anywhere between 20 and 30 rooms. You see here 26 rooms. Hope that you can read it for 2.49 million. There's 17 private bungalows for 1.15 million, right? There's 22 rooms for 1.3 million. And now we go to the next step in this process here, right? So after getting an idea, and this is what where I want to go back to this document. So we get an idea already what kind of investment is needed. So it's probably between 1 and 2 million. So that was fairly easy. It only took me a few hours here. So we're already done. So now the question is it possible at all to make money with this? So let me just copy this over, because I want to go to the other document, right? So I want to give you here the very specific example of buying a resort in Mexico or someplace else, right? And making money with it. And I have no clue. How to run a hotel. But here is what I know. Here's what I know. So the question here is it at all possible to make money with this? Because if not, then I can stop right here. And you see, right now, if I'm going back to the document, so this here was done, what was yesterday on January? This was probably done on January 9th. Took me 4 to 5 hours. So not a big deal, right? So here is what I know. Here's what I know. So I have been investing in apartment complexes. So I've been doing this for the past 5 years. And as an example, I bought an apartment complex with 48 units here in Austin for $2.3 million. Okay, so I know how to run this, and I know that I am making money on $30,000 in rent per month. So as we talk more about investing in apartment complexes, I'll be happy to break this down for you. But $30,000 in rent per month, if I'm bringing this in, is covering my financing, which is a mortgage, right, that I took off for this. Also insurance. This is also taking care of the property management. This is taking care of the utilities. This is taking care of the maintenance of the place. This is taking care of renovations, as well as capital improvements, which means that I built a nice fence around. So, I mean, I did a few things to the property. Now, I know, having an apartment complex is not the same as running a hotel or resort, right? But I just wanted to see at all if this is feasible. And in a moment, I'll show you why this is making sense. So you see, I already know on 48 units, which is quite a lot, on $30,000, I can do all of this and I'm making a profit. So that's good. Not a big profit, but I'm making a profit, so this is good. So now the question is, if I need $30,000, let's divide this by 30 days, because now we are going to the resort, right? This means that I would have to bring in revenue $1,000 per day. And you know that the apartment complex or the resorts that I started to look into, here we go, were around 26 rooms, 17 rooms, 22 rooms, right? So here, let's just say that I will find something around the $2 million mark that has maybe 20, 25 rooms. So this is what I'm looking for. So the key question is, can I make $1,000 per day in revenue, not in profits, in revenue, right? With 25 rooms. And it does sound, it sounds like it's possible, right? I mean, again, I have no clue. There's probably, yes, there's more vacancy, right? But if I have $1,000 a day, if I can, let me just, my back of the math envelope here, and see, assumptions. If I can rent out half of the rooms every day, 50% vacancy, right? So this would be 50% vacancy, which I don't know, is that good or bad, right? And if I can rent them out for $80 per day, right? So this means that I would have rented 12 rooms for $80 per day, which is $1,000. Does sound possible. And I know that there's housekeeping, so there's probably more than property management and maintenance, right? But I believe that these are quite realistic assumptions. If they're not, and if you have experience in this space, leave me a comment. Let me know here. But here's the important thing. So this is where let's tie this back to what today's show is all about, right? Because today's show is how I get more done in 12 weeks than most people get in 12 months, right? How long did it take me to run through these numbers, right? To find a few resorts, to get an idea. So let me quickly go back here to my document. So for the first 2 steps, right? Get an idea. Is it possible at all to make money with it? I believe so. I mean, I haven't run the numbers yet. Because here are the next steps, right? Now I have to look for the best location. I have to find somebody who has experience running a resort so that I can interview them and say, hey, are my assumptions realistic? And if these, so this is basically what I want to do here is validate my back of the envelope math, which could be completely wrong, but I want to validate it. And if so, if this is correct, then I want to see what financing options are available. And then I finally run the numbers. Now, here's the deal. How long did it take me to do the first 2 things thus far? Well, I can tell you 4 to 5 hours. And now I know whether it makes sense pursuing it before I go down a rabbit hole. Now, let me just show you something. When I mentioned this idea to our mastermind members, one of our mastermind members, Ricardo, right, said, hey, I have a business plan template. And he sent me this business plan template for running hotels/resorts because he's from Switzerland and he has some friends who have experience with this. Just showing you this document. This is a business plan. It's in German, right? But look at this. So this is where it has a management summary that you have to write. It has to say something about the company, the concept, what are you planning to do? I mean, look at all of this. This is probably, when it's all said and done, a 30 to 40 page document, right? So this to me, I mean, thanks Ricardo for sending it over, but this looks overwhelming. So this is where, if I would have to fill this out right now, nothing would get done at all. So what is my point with all of this? My point is stick to something really, really simple. And this is here. Yeah, so it is really that easy where you say, okay, let's set a goal. Yeah, set a goal. And here's what I do. I write down my goal, then plan the next 2 to 3 steps. Or if you want to go crazy as I did here, we could do 3 to 5 steps. Then the most important thing here is take action. Take action and complete these first steps. Okay, because then you see whether it makes sense, and then you can actually plan the next 3 to 5 steps. Plan the next 3 to 5 steps and complete this process. Anyhow, so this is how I do it. And is this helpful at all? And if you like this and you want to see how I'm trying to accomplish all these goals, or not how I'm trying, how I will accomplish all of these goals, this is what these shows are all about. And I know that previously, last year, we focused a lot on trading. And yes, we will keep talking about trading. In the previous show, I showed you my exact plan of how I plan to trade a $500,000 account so that I can make $15,000 per month. Anyhow, if you like this and you want to follow along and would like to have a copy of my plan here, I'll be happy. I promise you that I'll give you a copy of this plan. Right? So if you would like to have, and you see right now it's already 10 pages and I'm working on it every single day. So if you would like to follow along and see what I'm doing here, then I have something for you. And all you need to do is, there we go, go to rockwelltrading.com/myplan. And when you go there and enter your email address, we will send you a link to this document so that you can follow along if you want to. So before I dive in and answer your questions, because you're live here, let me just show you what I've accomplished thus far. And again, today is January 11th, and I'm really not showing you this to say, oh, look at me, I'm so great. No, it just, I want to show you what is possible when you have a plan, when you have a dream, and you first see, is it possible to turn this dream into a goal? And then what do we have to do to make this goal a reality? So again, I'm writing on the, keep writing this plan. So right now it looks a little bit all over the place, but it will get better. You see, I even gave you a quick introduction here that this document that you receive, if you want to, is a work in progress. I believe in planning and doing. So I'll let you know here of what's happening, what we do. And here is goal number 1, trading for income, make $15,000 per month. And here's where we talked about opening a trading account. So we did this together live. We funded the trading account. I applied for portfolio margin. I explained in the previous video of what that is. I documented the trading plan, and it's here. It's right here in this document, right? Because I think it makes sense to have it all in one place. And so this is where you see my exact trading plan, how I am planning to trade this account. And so if you're curious, I started trading this account today. So let's see what happened here in this account. So, oops, seems that the session expired. So I have to log in again. I'll be happy to do this. So I did trade 3 options. I traded Apple, I traded Twitter, I traded Win, and I did try to trade GDXJ and VMW. There we go. Didn't get into these 2 trades, right? But I got into Apple. Apple's slightly down thus far for the day. Twitter up $168, and Win, I traded it in 2 accounts. I traded it in a smaller account where I'm up $72. And I traded it in a larger account where I'm up $180. So overall, $252. So let's just do the math. Where are we right now? And I'm bringing up my handy dandy calculator. And I wish I would see where it popped up, because it should have popped up somewhere. Oh, here on the other screen. Okay, so thus far I'm up $192 plus $180 in this account minus $112. So I'm up $260 in one day. That is not too bad. I mean, again, my goal is to make $500 a day. So I'm a little bit shy of my goal here, but we will see. You see, you cannot judge this every single day. This is where we'll keep following it over the course of this week and the next few months, right? So we will see where I am at the end of the week, because here my goal is the weekly goal here is to make, how much is it? 15,000 per month. So if you divide it by 4, so making $3,750 per week. So let's see, today was just day 1 of trading it. Anyhow, so we are doing good here thus far. So this is goal number 1. So goal number 2 is buy a $10 million apartment complex. And I am not investing $10 million. I'm not doing this with my own money, right? So this is where you see overview. Again, I've been investing in an apartment complex for the 5 years with great success. I bought an apartment complex for $2.7 million, sold it 3 years later for $4.1, bought another apartment complex for $2.3 million, and I'm selling it right now. So in a few weeks, I'll close it for $2.3. So anyhow, there are my goals here. Then we talked about the resort in Mexico. So I've been working on this. Oh yeah. Let me share this with you. So cryptocurrencies. See, in the markets, I'm a trader, not an investor. Very important. My investments are in real estate. My trading style is short-term swing trading. That's why I don't own any investments in cryptocurrencies, gold, or other investment opportunities like green companies or cannabis companies or something like this, right? However, especially in 2021, this year, there could be some 10x possibilities. And here's what I mean with this. It means that $5,000 could possibly turn into $50,000 within 1 to 3 years. Not bad at all, right? And that's definitely something I want to pursue. So I am not an expert. No, but I am an expert in trading and real estate investment. I'm not an expert in all the other stuff. So I need to find an expert, explore the opportunities, and then, that's probably a comma there, invest wisely. So the to-dos, I always ask myself, who can help me with this, not how, because I mean, by the time I learn it, the opportunities are gone. So I wanted to find an expert who knows about cryptocurrencies and all these other things, and I found somebody. I'll introduce him to you over the next upcoming episodes here. So if you're enjoying this thus far, make sure that you're subscribing, because this way you stay informed when I show you and introduce you to this expert here. And this is where probably in 4 weeks from now, probably 3 to 4 weeks from now, I will start investing $5,000 per month in 10x opportunities here. So, and this thing goes on, write and publish the wheel book. So I did edit chapter 7 and 8 over the past few days. I'm right now working on chapter 9. This book has a total of 10 chapters. And I already sent it to Mark for proofreading, so he's probably doing it. So as you can see, I'm plugging along so it all starts to look good. Anyhow, so if you would like to have a copy of this plan, you see rockwelltrading.com/myplan. And right now, I will go and answer your question. Now, Caroline has a great comment here and says, this is out of my budget. Here's the deal, Caroline. It's really... Here, I want you to help you to think bigger. But you see, I didn't start this big. You know me. I came here to the United States in 2002. So this is now, what, 18 years ago, with $30,000 in my pocket. So I started with $30,000. Today, I am a multimillionaire. Today, these are my goals after 18 years. So how do you get started? So as an example, if you say, well, I know that you're already trading, right? So now, what do you do for investment and building wealth? Because there's two things. I mean, first of all, you have to find something for income. For most people, it is a job. Not for me. I mean, I had a job for a long, long time. And then at some point, I decided I no longer want to have a job. So this is where I said I want to trade for income, and then I want to build wealth through investment. So I remember in 2006, I bought my first investment property, which was a house, a single family home that I rented out. And as far as I remember, I'll look it up for you. But as far as I remember, in the first home, I invested $20,000. $20,000 was all that I did. And you see, how did I work myself up here to being able to buy apartment complex for $2 and $3 million? I started with one house and $20,000. After a while, I added another property. And so over a few years, I believe it was over the course of 9 years. Yeah, probably 9 years. I had a total of 12 single family homes. So you see, I did buy approximately one new home every year. And I invested anywhere between $20,000 and $40,000 of my own money into this. But then I'll show you how to do this. So Caroline, I understand that right now it sounds out of your budget. The important thing, the important to do for today is don't get paralyzed and have goals, right? I mean, this is the most important thing. Have goals. Don't be too paralyzed here and say, oh my gosh, this is all too much for me. Set goals. Write down a goal and an overview of how you want to accomplish it, and then see if it is possible to do it. So, I mean, I appreciate the comment, and I still believe that you get a lot of value out of this, of following along how I do it. And even if it is on a different level right now, I want you to get there. Anyhow, good. So let's take a look at some of the comments. And Adam says, I called on the win trade today. Yep, 30% up on the premium gained already. Yeah, I mean, this is why trading, I know that. I have that down, right? And this is where, if now I'm looking for diversifying my investments, again, investment in apartment complexes, investing in single family homes, I got that down. I know how to do this. I made a lot of mistakes along the way, and now I figured it out. But this is why I want to share this here with you. And also, how do I go about it? If I don't know, I have no clue how to run a hotel, no clue how to run a resort. I have no clue how to acquire a plane. And if this makes sense at all, right? I mean, so I'll look into this. I don't know yet how I will raise capital in order to buy a $10 million apartment complex. Again, my goal is from my own money to put $1 million in there. 7 million will be financed, and the other 2 million I'm planning to raise because my mastermind members ask me, can we invest with you in the next property? Because I've done it a few times already very successfully, and I promised them, yes, I will find a way to make it happen. And now I'm looking into this, and I will make it happen at some point. Good. Okay. So good to see you. So let's see. Gareth is asking, are we expecting the usual January market crash? Is this the reason for less power income alerts? No, I mean, we issued 3 last week, and all 3 alerts were winning trades, right? So this worked out really well. And we issued another alert today, win, and as you have seen, nicely up here on win thus far. Yeah, and so current drive backwards planning is also known as reverse engineering. Exactly, right? And I mean, it's probably a good thing for some people, not for me, right? And I'm not saying do not do this. I'm just sharing with you what works for me. Okay, Anatsky, got your mug today. You are very welcome. I love my mugs. And yeah, so Jim, excellent comment here. Plan needs to be agile and the course correct along the way. Yeah, if needed, right? If needed. Okay. So Caleb says the path will reveal itself. This is the answer to the problem I've had with planning in general. You can't plan if you haven't been on the path before. Right. The cool thing is, Caleb, and this is what I want to share here in Coffee with Markus, you actually can ask people who have been on this plan before, right? So if you're going back to my goal here, let's just go to any goal. It doesn't really matter. See, I have no clue whether cryptocurrencies right now, Bitcoin, I think that ship has sailed, right? But maybe there are other opportunities or not at all. Gold, never invested in gold. I did buy a gold bar just for the heck of it because I wanted to have a gold bar. Can't remember what I did with it. Might still have it somewhere. I need to look for this. Anyhow, yeah, green companies, cannabis companies, no idea. But I know how to find an expert, right? So I'll just ask until I find somebody. So this is the point. So yeah, I'm looking to hire guides to help me on this path here. Anyhow, Dr. Dice Shooter, love that handle name. Also received his mug today. Perfect. Good. So Carolyn says, I confused. I downloaded my goals 2021. Is this another document? This document that you see here is a work in progress. So yes, you can download it, but when you download it, you have the version, it's frozen, right? So right now, there's a few of you right now here on this document. And what you'll see if you go to the beginning of the document, if I change something and how I'm achieving them. You see this in real time, right? So this was not good, but you get the idea. So just save the link. And if you want to have a copy here, make sure that you go to rockwelltrading.com/myplan. This is how you always get the latest and most current version here. Okay, good. So Derek says, just don't fly that plane through the Bermuda. I don't even know yet if I'll buy it. It's an idea, right? This is where the important thing is. You see, they always say there are dreams, and then there's goals, and then there's plans, right? So dreams, goals, plans. Right now, it's a dream. Why is it a dream? What is the major difference between a dream and a goal? A goal has a deadline. A dream is just, I might do it, I might not do it. A goal is more committed. I will do it, right? And then you have a plan, and the plan means I'm making it a reality. So right now, I should probably say my goals. Should I rename the document of my goals and dreams? Probably not. Anyhow, good. So Jan is asking, instead of a park in Mexico, a cruise boat? No, I don't think so. Maybe. It says also cheap now. Okay. So, well, see, Andy says, do not buy a single engine plane, way too dangerous. So many single engine planes go down. Get a NetJets card if you want to fly private. We'll look into this together. I'm not there yet. I haven't bought anything yet. Don't worry. I'll let you know. Good. Jim also thinks, get a mega yacht instead of a hotel. You can have many different locations. Yeah, but I want to be able to host 25 to 30 people there. Is that possible with a mega yacht? I don't know. See, Jim and Jan, maybe send me some information. Maybe it's something. Can you host, can you really have 25 to 30 rooms on a mega yacht for around 2 million? I don't know. Don't know anything. Okay. So currently, these are my goals. Yeah, these are my goals for 2020. And honestly, 2021. And I am not planning to wait until the end of the year to achieve them. That's why I titled this session here today. As you know, it's a little bit, I don't know, angeberisch. Don't know the English word. How I get more done in 12 weeks than most people get done in 12 months. I think it's a catchy title because this is what I'm asking myself all the time. I'm asking myself, how? How can I get more done in 12 weeks than most people can get done in 12 months? And this is what I'm sharing with you here. Anyhow, good. So Olaf says, price for the resorts are not so bad, right? If it makes sense, possibly could I invest with you? Don't know yet. I'll see. See, if it is a smaller project here, like 1 or 2 million, I'll probably just use my money. Or this is where, going back to the document, Olaf, it's a great question here. So if you go to the resort in Mexico, you see that at some point, I'll look at what financing options are available. And there might be commercial, might make sense to do some private money raising. Never done this. Never done it in my life. Can't be that difficult. Others have done it. So I just need to find an expert who has done it before. Anyhow. Good. So let's see. Joseph is asking, do you have a problem with your tenants not paying their rent during the pandemic? It was only, Joseph, with two tenants because we worked with most of them. So here's the deal. What I did when this came out, I started talking to my tenants. And I said, listen, hey, we are all in this together. So I have cost running this. So we need to figure out how can we work together. I looked into where are possible help for my tenants. So there in Austin, there is some support for people who can't pay the rent, right? So this is where I talked to Paul and Crystal, my property managers, and said, how can we help them? And so we proactively helped them to apply for rent support, right? So if they didn't have a job, they just had to prove that they lost their job and there was rent help available. So I believe in communication, right? And this, I think, helped a lot. If I would have just said, I'm a landlord, you got to pay me, this would have probably not gone over well. I maintained a 96 to 100% occupancy throughout the whole pandemic. And others here in Austin went down to a 60 to 70% occupancy. But I believe in communication, right? It's not me, the landlord, against the renters. It's we're all in this together. Making sense? Okay. Good. So let's see. When can we expect a CWM Coffee with Markus about cryptos? Probably within the next 3 weeks. And I will be on there, but I'll also invite an expert, somebody who has been doing it for a long time and knows all the cryptocurrencies much, much better. So I will grill him and ask him if Bitcoin is making sense right now, or if there are some other cryptocurrencies that need to do some catching up, or if maybe cryptocurrencies are going to crash and burn. Who knows? I don't know yet. We'll see. We will see. Good. Okay. Yeah, Brian said, very helpful. Excited to see what we can both accomplish this year. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So let's see. There's a few other questions that I have written down here that I want to make sure. So Caroline is asking, how can we use this for our own life? Have dreams, have goals, write them down, and then take action. Take action, take action, take action. The worst thing that you can do is just right now saying, who knows with the next government and what's happening there. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you. There are opportunities all the time, right? So I don't rely on others to make my goals a reality. I make my own goals a reality here. Okay. So Dustin says, I prefer seeing trading. It helps me as a trader following your lead. Absolutely. And we will do more here trading, but I decided this year to focus on both on trading as well as building wealth. And there's already tons of videos. I mean, I think we already have 600 videos on this channel about trading. So there's plenty there. So just look in the description. There's probably a bunch of links there. So this year I decided to branch out a little bit, but Dustin, appreciate the feedback here. So Peter is asking, how many contracts of Twitter and Win did I trade here? I'll be happy to show you what I did. So with Twitter, I traded 24 contracts. With Apple, I traded 8 contracts. With Win, I traded 10 contracts in the big account. And in the small account, I traded 3 contracts. Okay, so 8 for Apple, 24 for Twitter, 10 for Win, and then for the small account, 3 contracts. This is why you see the different dots there. So there's the small account, and the purple pinkish one is the big account, and this one here is the small account. Great question here. Okay, so let's see. What other questions do we have here? Georgia is asking, where did the Tastyworks trade originate? The wheel. Yes, absolutely. So all of these were from the wheel scanner that we now have as part of PowerX Optimizer. If you would like to learn more about this, I'll leave a comment in the, or I'll leave a link in the description. It's mytradingroutine.com. This is where you can see everything. Anyhow, guys, this has been awesome. I do believe it is time to wrap it up. I hope that you enjoyed it. I will keep you posted on my progress here. I mean, it's only January 11th, and I think we're making good progress. I'll also show you exactly what I'm doing and how you can participate in this, right? I mean, I'll show you what I'm planning to do, how to trade my $500,000 account. I shared my plan with you. And again, if you would like to have a copy of this plan, go to rockwelltrading.com/myplan. This is where you see my exact trading plan that I'm using for trading this account. When I start investing in cryptocurrencies, if I start investing in cryptocurrencies, when I start investing in alternate things, I'll let you know what I'm doing and how you can follow me if you want to. If I am planning to raise capital for any of the real estate investment projects that I have in mind for this year, I will let you know. So really appreciate you here, and I hope that 2021 will crush it together. What do you think? Shall we do it? Okay, so do me a favor, click on like if you enjoyed this video and you think that others might benefit from it. Feel free to share it. Share it on Twitter, share it on Reddit, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, wherever, shared by email, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.